Okay, fan question of the week. This is we turn it over to you. You have a question for us. You can hit us up using the hashtag on all social channels: YouTube, Instagram, X. Ask CTC is the hashtag you use, and this one coming from Zach in Buffalo. Here we go, from Buffalo, getting the love. Guys, what's it like for both Commie and Razer going into their draft? Did they meet with general managers? What did they ask? How did it feel to get picked? No, it's a lot of questions, but they all kind of relate and can have one answer. Love the show, boys. So that's from Zach in Buffalo. Kamie, you kind of went down a little bit of this road, I feel like a couple of years ago, but what was it like going in for your draft?
Yeah, it was exciting. There's no question. It was kind of the first time I took it seriously, that maybe hockey might be a career for me. I never really thought of it before. Went to the combine, did that stuff, did interviews. As far as what I remember, who interviewing with, I don't really remember. As far as who was in the room, New Jersey at the time had a special. They did their own thing, a Lou Lamoriello special. So the players that they kind of liked, they'd have in and do their own little combine. Long story short, there was the test on the treadmill, a heart rate test, basically to see how long you run and quit. A guy went before me. The test looked incredibly hard. All I wanted to do was beat the guy in front of me. I did that. Then I wasn't going to go to the draft because it was in Boston. I was in North Dakota. My parents are in Edmonton. We weren't poor by any stretch of the imagination, but I was sitting there painting the dorm room walls whiter for $3 an hour. It was American though back then. Well, kind of like it is now. So I'm like, I don't really have. And as I was leaving the combine, they asked, hey, when do you get to the draft? I just said, you know what? I don't think I'm going to go. My parents are a long ways away. I don't have a ton of money. And I remember their head scout saying, hey, you need to get to the draft. I was like, oh. So then I called my parents. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get drafted. I think New Jersey likes me. So go out to the draft, meet my parents there. It's in Boston. First round's going on. And I'd never been to Boston before. First round's going on, and the Bruins were actually picking. They end up picking Nick Boynton. And I remember sitting there, and there was a group of fans to my right. There was a fan section was on the right. And a bunch of them started cheering my name. We should have drafted you, Commodore, this and that. And I turned and looked. I was shocked. And my dad sat beside me. He's like, hey, do you know those guys? I go, I've never been here in my life. No, I don't know. I don't have any idea how they even know who I am. Anyways, got out of the first round. I thought Washington was going to pick me. I thought they liked me. They had a bunch of picks beginning of the second round. They don't pick me. It got a little stressful. My dad was more stressed than I was, because I knew New Jersey had their second pick coming up. But if I would have went past that, now we're talking about some stress, because then we fly all the way out to Boston and I get, if it's later, you just do it at home. But New Jersey picked me. Incredible. To wrap it up, it was an incredible experience. Went down, met Larry Robinson, got the jersey. I wasn't on stage, cool. Second rounder, but I would say probably the biggest thing I remember from Boston was they invited New Jersey Devils were at one of the nice hotels downtown. They had this big spread, and me and my parents were invited over. Hey, all the draft picks and whatever, and Lou was there, and Larry Robinson was there. A bunch of people were there, and I just remember the spread of food. I'd never seen anything like that before, shrimp cocktails, and I was like, this is unbelievable. I love New Jersey, but all in all, it was a great experience, and I am glad I went.
Yeah, for me, very similar, very, very, of course, where it's all very similar. I did not go to the combine. I was not invited to the combine. I was a 5th round pick. So I was late. I was down the board. I got invited to a couple of the team combines. I went to San Jose's. I went to, I forget, there was another team that I went to in Toronto that kind of set up their own thing. I did 2 of those, but way off the radar. But the draft was in Buffalo. So short drive for me. I was rated maybe the 10th goalie, 11th goalie, something like that. So I was in the mix. But when I was going to Buffalo to have meetings. I had a meeting again with San Jose, and I had a meeting with Boston the day before. Go in, meet with Boston, and it was good. It felt good. For whatever reason, I didn't know shit at the time. Looking back, why would 18-year-old me feel good about a meeting, right? But got out of there and then went to the draft the next day. Of course, it was a really long day because they just did everything at the same time. So the first round took 5 hours. Vinny LeCavalier, Manny Malhotra was drafted. He was a buddy of mine at that time. We were playing together in the O. We were hanging out. So I was happy some of my friends got drafted. Mike Fisher, it was fun for a couple rounds. And then by the fourth round, I was getting tired, and my family was there. Like, it was getting long, but Boston had the fifth round pick. And I felt like the whole time that was where I was going to go. And for whatever reason, I did. To Commie's point, if I didn't get picked in that fifth round by Boston, I probably would have started crying and walked out of the arena. Like, that's how much it was. Like, first overall pick, fifth round, 135th overall was like my first overall pick. Went down, same thing, shook everybody's hands, take the picture, went to the place in Buffalo that they had the spread and everything. But I remember I got to go in, and Mr. Sinden was there. Michael Connor was the GM, but Mr. Sinden was there. He was drinking scotch. He was sitting at the bar, exactly what you would think Mr. Sinden was doing all day long at that point, and getting to meet him, and then driving home. So it was a long day, but again, going and meeting those guys and seeing the spread, seeing the scouts, and meeting Mr. Sinden was the absolute best day.
Awesome.
That's fantastic. And Razer, to your credit, not a lot of fifth rounders have gone on to become Calder Trophy winners.
No question about it.
So,
no
tip
question.
Tip of the cap to both you guys. That's all. Who was the first goalie taken that draft year?
Oh, Patty DeRoche. I remember. I could tell you all
Razer,
the goalies
you
that were
win.
drafted in front of me. Yes,
Okay, who was
Patty
it from?
DeRoche, Matthew Chouinard was also first round pick. Both
Senators,
of them, yes, exactly. Both of them went in the first round. Simon Lajoie was ahead of me. Jason LaBarbera was ahead of me. Bunch of guys. Barb's had a good career. He was in the redraft. It was Barb's was closer to me.
Yeah. Nice.
Well played.
Well played.
Raycroft. Okay, let's get to Don't Puck It Up. Hey, you know what? This week, Kamie, I think you're going to appreciate my Don't Puck It Up this week.
I think you're going to
Hockey
take mine, I think. So I was going to tell you to go first. I got two, because I think you're going to take mine. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let's see. Hockey execs, if you are looking for your next coach, why not consider Todd Bertuzzi?
Oh, I wasn't.
Just coached the Cambridge Redhawks of the Greater Ontario Hockey League to the Sutherland Cup Championship in his first year as head coach. I just want to point out, remember when the Montreal Canadiens hired a relative unknown former hockey player in Marty St. Louis? Oh, look where they are now. Maybe Big Bird is next. If you're looking for a coach, don't puck it up.
Awesome.
Congrats to Cambridge, by the way. Congrats to friend of the show, Todd Bertuzzi.
Awesome. I did not think you were going that way, Seaball. Great thinking.
Okay.
I should have thought of that. That's awesome. I talked to Big Bert yesterday, actually. He said he's sorry he couldn't meet us, but just by talking to him, he was thrilled. He takes it. I mean, he's pumped, and he says he loves it. He goes, I was sitting in the dark all year, and it was cold, and Florida was a little better for that because I loved it. It was great working with the kids. I can't wait to do it again next year. So he's pumped. My Don't Puck It Up. I'm going to go, I don't know who this would be to. Gary Bettman, maybe? Now, this isn't an anti-Leafs thing, but can we, and we don't need to go to the NBA route with the tank. I don't want to see that either. And the NHL is, doesn't reward that, obviously. Talk to a Canucks fan. But I think let's not puck this up. Could we just adjust the percentages a little bit? It was 10-1 this year. San Jose went from 9-2. San Jose don't puck that pickup either. You get a great defenseman, I think. And then what was it the year before? Was it 5-1 or whatever? I think, in my opinion, the percentages are a little pucked up right now. I think for the Vancouver Canucks of the world, it needs to be boosted up a little bit higher. That's my.
I like that, Kamie.
Yeah,
a really good one, Kamie. Really thoughtful.
Thank you.
Just quickly to that point. I love what the PWHL has done to try to avoid or dissuade tanking. They've created the golden plan that once you are eliminated from the playoffs, whoever finishes with the most points once you've been eliminated gets the top overall pick. So you accumulate points. So it makes winning matter. And you look at what's happening with the NBA right now, and dare I say the NHL. As opposed to the lottery balls, let teams decide their fate, but provide that incentivization that, all those overtime losses, shootout losses, winning those games, points matter in the standings. Just putting it out.
Good idea, actually. I never thought of anything like that.
don't puck it up, Vancouver Canucks.
Oh.
I think you're going to be upset. Everyone's upset. Everyone's nervous. Everyone's rattled. They got screwed again by Team East and Team Toronto, Team Canada, Toronto. Just get the right pick. You're in a good spot. You're going to get a great player. Get your general manager figured out. Get your coaching staff figured out. Get your ducks lined up so you can take a generational player or at least a franchise-changing player with the 3rd overall pick this year. Don't screw this up. You have an opportunity, even at the 3 pick, not the 1st pick. The 3 pick's just as good, but you need to get everything else in place to take the right guy at 3. Don't puck it up, Vancouver.
Good one.
Ooh,
Good one.
Hey, your boy Jimmy is stepping away. He announced, Commie, Jim Rutherford. Maybe he's had enough of the Canadian part.
Like, what are we doing?
I
What are we
mean,
doing? What's going on here? Like, let's go.
Jimmy's been doing this forever, and I think he wanted to do it till he's 6 feet under, but Vancouver knocked him down.
Yeah, well, it gets
He
everybody.
can't take it anymore.
Gets
I'm out.
everybody.
I'm out. It's like Kramer walking in, the king of the cat. I'm out.
Yeah, that's it. Can't take this anymore.
Well, on that note, reminder to like and subscribe on YouTube for more Clearing the Crease content powered by Ozune.net. And be sure you're following along on Apple, Spotify, X, Instagram, TikTok, because the road to the Stanley Cup, it's open. And the clearest route to winning big is to play on Ozune.net. Ozune's got you covered for all props, game lines, futures from now until the Cup final and beyond. Make your power play and score big with Ozune. Well played. He's Kamie. He's Razer. Shout out to our producer, Stu Stone. I'm Sabalski. We'll see you next week right here on the Clearing the Crease podcast, powered by Ozune. Say it with me, boys.
Well played.
Well played.